How you guys doing today? Is Lamore. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a new video for you guys and ladies. Today I wanted to showcase fragrances or niche fragrances that represent the 5 boroughs. When it comes to the 5 boroughs being Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Bronx, and then Staten Island, they all mean different things to New Yorkers. As a native New Yorker, originally from Brooklyn, Brooklyn means a lot to me in different ways growing up, it means so much to me, and it has so many nuances when it comes to the different boroughs that a lot of people don't know about, because when they come to New York or move to New York, they just go either to Brooklyn or they go to Manhattan, not knowing what it really stood for growing up, So I just want to blend it to kind of showcase what the boroughs were about or is about, also alongside showcasing the niche fragrances that represent that borough. So let's get the video started. So the first scent I'm gonna go with that represents Manhattan is Rouge 540 from MFK. Now, the reason why I picked Rouge 540 from MFK is because Rouge 540 is that scent that either you hate it or you love it. Everyone has smelled it though. And when it comes to Manhattan, it means the same thing. It's either you hate it or you love it. You go to 42nd Street, there's too many tourists, but tourists love it when they come there. So many attractions, so many lights, It's different. As a world traveler and person that travels many places, I would honestly say that New York is like no other city. I could honestly say that. So I understand why they go to Times Square or those huge monuments like the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, even though they're a little bit of annoyance for us as New Yorkers or as people who live here. It is a great attraction. So I understand it. So Baccarat is the same way. I feel like a lot of people have smelled this scent. A lot of people love it. But then there's those people that are used to other fragrances or love other MFK fragrances that are like, it's not even all that. And when it comes to coming from Brooklyn, I've always loved Manhattan. I'm not even going to lie to you and say I haven't. But, I could understand why they're like, all right, there's not all that. There's so many places in Brooklyn that are better. Like you could go to Dumbo or Brooklyn Bridge area that has a beautiful, beautiful scenery and beautiful area with different cuisine and things to do. So you don't have to go to Manhattan. But it's so funny, back in the day when I used to go to Manhattan, we call it the city. So even though we're in a city, we're like, oh, we're going to the city, and that means Manhattan. So we do have a level of respect for Manhattan, and that's the same for Baccarat. I feel like Baccarat is a great scent. I have a level of respect for it because of what it has done to the fragrance game, but it's not for me anymore. I have sprayed the crap out of this bottle, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't wear it anymore. I haven't re-upped on a new bottle because there's so many other fragrances or niche fragrances that I love that I don't need to wear the scent anymore, but I still have a level of respect for it as a fragrance house and as a scent as well. It's very different. It's super niche. I can honestly say it's just overdone. And I feel like Manhattan's kind of the same. It's like I've been there so many times. I still love it to death, but there's other places for me to explore now and let other people go explore Manhattan and enjoy it as well. All right. So the first scent to represent Manhattan is going to be Rouge 540 or Baccarat from MFK. Now, the second scent, which is going to be for the borough of Brooklyn, my hometown, is going to be Mojave Ghost. Now, I feel like Brooklyn is such a beautiful place with so much history, so much culture, like Caribbean culture is over there. They have the Labor Day parade that happens every year during Labor Day. And I feel like it's called the East Parkway Parade or East Indian Parade, where different people from all around the world come and visit, and people showcase. Like, I'm from Guyana, my family's from Guyana, and we'll have like a food cart set up with selling our cuisine that we have, like roti, curry, and then I'll have Jamaican carts. I'll have different regions around the world showcase their food. There's music, there's everything. So Brooklyn has so much culture to offer. When I go back to Brooklyn sometimes, because I don't live there anymore, I'll just see it for what it is, and it's the same thing. So many Caribbean restaurants, so many different people from all over the world live there. So I love it because I grew up just meeting different people from different parts of the world. And I feel like Mojave Ghost is the same. It's a scent that's a sleeper. I feel like it's loved by many people. It has so many nuances when it comes to this scent, from the cedar wood to the Mojave, paying homage to the Mojave Ghost flower, which means resilience. And for and definitely Brooklyn people or Brooklynites are resilient. We can go anywhere and be resilient. And it's something that I carry on my sleeve when coming from Brooklyn. You know, I feel like we are one of the toughest boroughs when it comes to people, you know. So I'm so pleased and happy to grow up there. I'm happy that I experienced the childhood that I did growing up in New York and in Brooklyn specifically. So I feel like Mojave Ghost represents that perfect as a scent that's very powerful. Projection is great. People love it. People, like, if you know, you know, like, not everyone knows about Mojave Ghost, but a lot of people do know about Mojave Ghost. And that's the same for when it comes to New York. A lot of people love Brooklyn, but you have to know what Brooklyn offers and know people from there, because you can't just show up at Brooklyn and just, oh, I can go here, I go to Brooklyn Bridge, I go to Dumbo. Yes, that's fine. But to really go into Brooklyn, you have to know someone. And I feel like it's the same for Mojave Ghost. You really have to get to know this, and you have to wear it to see how people attract to it, how it projects beautifully. And I feel like Mojave Ghost is a great representation of Brooklyn. So that's my second choice. All right, for the Brooklyn representation, which is Mojave Ghost. All right. Now the the third set is gonna be Initio Side Effect for Queens. Now I feel like Queens is an amazing place as well. It's a big hub for a lot of people who move there and live in Astoria. A lot of people who come in from different places around the world or around the country come and live in Astoria. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I've worked in Manhattan for many years, and I had a lot of people come in there. I'm like, where do you live? And they'll never say really Manhattan that much. They'll be like, oh, I live in Astoria, or I live in a certain part of Queens. And I'm like, okay, so it's a hub for a lot of people. And I feel like Side Effect is amazing because this scent right here has an effect on you, and Queens does the same. You don't think much of it, but when you go there, it has a great New York feeling to it. The Caribbean restaurants, it has beautiful people there, a lot of heritage there. And I feel like Queens embodies that, just like Side Effect. When you spray this on, it just has a great effect, a great aroma on you. It encapsulates such beauty, you know, and I feel like Side Effect in Queens represents the same thing. A lot of beautifulness, a lot of beautiful people around there, a lot of beautiful architecture when it comes to the homes. You know, there's not many places you can go in New York and see actual homes being built. And I feel like Queens has a lot of that. So it's a little bit different. It feels different, but it feels residential, but it feels like city-like as well. And I feel like Queens offers that, and Side Effect is the same. You know, I feel like it offers a bit of globalness to it when it comes to the scent. Like, all right, I could wear this. A lot of people can resonate with it, but it's still nuanced and different at the same time. So Queens is definitely a representation of side effect from Aditio. All right. Now, my fourth choice, and this is going to be funny, interlude for the Bronx. Now, I lived in the Bronx for 2 years before I moved as well. And I feel like Bronx is a sleeper when it comes to culture. I feel like, as of gentrification in general, I feel like Bronx is the last place to be gentrified. So if you really want the New York feeling, you have to go to the Bronx, you know, to get that, because it hasn't been touched really yet. I know there's parts of the Bronx that has been touched already and has been gentrified and is a little bit different. But I've lived there for 2 years, and I honestly could tell you it felt like living in Brooklyn when I was 15 years old. You know, I felt like it hasn't been touched really. The stores are different, the culture is different, and I feel like Interlude is that. It's a smoky scent, very potent, but still has a great rich aroma to it. And that's the same about Bronx. I feel like it has a bad reputation sometimes as it being rowdy, or as it being a place that a lot of people don't like to go to. But if you respect New York and you love New York in general, and you say you love New York, you got to go check out the Bronx, because that is the home of New York as well. You know, the culture, what it embodies. I feel like Brooklyn has changed so much. Manhattan has always been ever changing. Queens has changed so much, being Astoria and all those places that has changed and gentrified. But the Bronx is still has its heritage. So if you're a New Yorker or you love New York, put some respect on the Bronx name. You know, I feel like the Bronx, I'm not from there, but I have a lot of respect for the Bronx because it embodies what New York is about. Rap culture, rap was created there as well, you know, from the Sugar Hill Gang. So I put respect on Bronx name, and Interlude is definitely a scent that's going to put respect on your name as well, because it has the potency. It smells excellent. It smells as rich. It has like the frankincense in there. It has the smokiness to it. It's a beautiful scent, and I feel like Bronx is a beautiful place as well. So my fourth choice is gonna be Interlude from Amouage. Now, my fifth and last choice, and a lot of people don't even know this is a borough from New York. Hopefully, they know, but I think a lot of people don't know, which is Staten Island. And I feel like Staten Island is a sleeper as well. I don't go there often. I feel like a lot of New Yorkers don't go there often because it's so hard to commute to. I don't think that it's a bad place to go to. I just think like the commute is so far. Like when you take the train, you go all through the boroughs. You go through Bronx. You can go to Queens. You can go to Manhattan or in Brooklyn. But it's hard to get to Staten Island. I feel like that's why Staten Island doesn't have the respect as other boroughs do. But nonetheless, it has one of the beautiful landscaping as possible. You know, I feel like it has one of the beautiful parks. It has so much greenery there. It's a beautiful place to visit. So if you are a New Yorker and you've never been to Staten Island, I think check it out. And I feel like Bay 19 is equivalent to that because when it comes to Le Labo fragrances, Santal 33, another 13, those are all the popular ones. But then Bay 19 kind of gets slept on, even though it's a beautiful scent when you try it. So I honestly believe that the juniper berries in there, the freshness of December, still the rich and robustness of Bay 19 is equivalent to Staten Island because even though it's not as popular as the other boroughs, it still has some richness to it. It still has some culture to it. It still has the beautiful greenery and scenery there as well. So, and that's hard to come by when it comes to New York, finding actual greenery other than Central Park, which is a tourist trap as well. So if you're definitely going to New York, check out all the 5 boroughs and check out Staten Island as well. Don't overlook it just because it's not as popular as the other boroughs. And if you're in Le Labo, check out Bay 19 as well. Don't overlook it because it's not as popular as another 13 and Santo 33. All right? So that's the video I have for you today. Let me know in the comments what you think. What is your representation of the boroughs? If you're from New York and you follow me, let me know in the comments what's your top 5 for the boroughs. I know Aventus could be for Manhattan as well, or Melissima Parial could be for Brooklyn. So let me know in the comments what's your top 5 when it comes to the boroughs. And give this video a thumbs up if I helped you, and subscribe for more. All right, peace.